Okay, hi guys, and welcome to the show. Very quick video today. I'm going to do an unboxing of perhaps my final purchase of the year, and if you've been watching and paying attention, you'll probably know what this is. Very cool piece indeed. And also I want to get your feedback on my next grail watch. I've had a change of heart, and it's kind of rather poetic timing because it's been 2 years since I had that holy experience in Harrods, if you recall from the videos, you know, donkeys ago, with the A.Lange Sohne Langematik perpetual calendar that I fell in love with. It became my grail. Anyway, before we discuss that, I'll do a quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Squale, the Lion Shark, because of the red. I've got little red details in my jacket, so yeah. It's a bit ridiculous, but yeah, I match the watch to my attire sometimes. So that is my wristwatch check. And also, it's a good excuse to wear my beloved. Yeah, I'm still absolutely over the moon with this watch. So I've had a change of heart. I want a watch now, my new grail. It is part of the Holy Trinity, if you're not familiar with the Holy Trinity. And actually that makes me wonder, why is it called Holy Trinity? Who came up with this, you know? So it's AP, Adam Piguet, what's the other one? Patek, of course, and Vacheron, Constantin. I almost forgot. I have numerous books on, I love Vacheron, Constantin. It is one of those three. I'm not going to get more specific than that because it's a bit of a sweet spot in the market. I don't, and there's not that many of them. I don't want anybody to you know, sweep in there and get it before I get a chance to save up. But it's a watch that's kind of stolen my heart. It's I'll say what it has. It has a moon phase and a calendar. That's all I'm going to say. And it's substantially cheaper than the Langematik. The Langematik is a wonderful watch. It's the perfect dress watch, in my opinion, for me. It has all the complications I could ever want. It has the moon phase, perpetual calendar, obviously, the large date at the 12 with those two big date apertures, 38.5 millimeters in diameter. It's about 10 millimeters thick, perfect dimensions for me, powered by a beautiful, incredibly luxuriously decorated movement. The particular reference I like is the 310032E, which is a pink gold with a white dial with Romans. Absolutely stunning. But unfortunately, it's 70 grand, and that's a lot of money. I mean, there's about a million things I want to do with my life before I fork out that kind of money on a watch. Also, I you know, even if I was DuckTales rich, you know, swimming in bank vaults of money, I still would find it difficult to wear a watch that expensive. I am a sports watch kind of guy, but I am getting to the age where I have to go to events and stuff like that, and I want something dressy, a little bit more horology, you know, especially after the JLC visit. That's really kind of inspired me. Not tourbillon level, and actually, why isn't JLC in the Holy Trinity? They should be. I mean, all their in-house calibers and their contributions to horology, they should be. Why aren't they? It's a mystery to me. Anyway, before we have a look at my unboxing, I want to hear your suggestions. Is there anything I should be looking at or considering before I reveal my new grail in a few videos' time? I'm probably going to buy it in the new year. So the criteria is, it has to have a moon phase. It has to have an automatic or manual wind movement of a slightly higher caliber, you know, decorated, if horology if possible. It has to be a dress watch, dressy, right? Size, style, you know, that can vary, preferably in the precious metal. Doesn't have to be, but moon phase is a must. So nominate your suggestions in the comments below. It has to be below $10,000. I think life's too short. I want something a little bit more obtainable, something I'm gonna buy more, you know, in the nearer future. I don't want to be old and fat and decrepit and without any hair, touch wood, before I get to enjoy my watch. So that is the criteria. If you can nominate in the comments below, love to hear your feedback. And if somebody has nominated the same watch, just like their comment so it moves up. That way it's a, you know, a rudimentary form of voting. So it's a shame there isn't the ability to have a poll in the comments. That would be amazing. I'm sure YouTube are working on that, and going to implement some kind of, hopefully one day, fingers crossed. Now I've seeked the Gentry's advice. I look forward to hearing the feedback. Let's share my unboxing of my final purchase for 2017. So let's change perspectives and have a closer look. And yes, another unboxing. So this is probably my last big purchase of the year. Well, I say big. It's not that expensive. We'll see what it is in just a moment. And I should do a quick knife check, I guess. I'm using old Seiji. I've just this moment purchased a benchmark, my first benchmark knife, as Seiji. Seiji, old Sage 1 here is still, well, in remarkable condition. It's just time for a new knife, I feel. Anyway, let's commence the unboxing. Where should we start? We'll make an incision over here. Haha, and you probably already guessed where it is from. Yes, my good friend John, who featured in the recent Microbrand special. This is his new business watch gauge, and yeah, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I purchased a watch. Actually, it's a watch that I borrowed off him because we had to reshoot the video. We had all kinds of technical difficulties, so he lent it to me for a few weeks, and I just fell in love with it. Ironically, I'd never considered this watch because, like so many mistakenly do, they write it off as a bit of a homage, but it's not a homage at all, and I'll show you why. So this is how it. Oh, look at that! Now that is pure class. Look at that. So TGV, enjoy your new NTH Naken Blue. Well, yeah, it's giving the game away, but there's the message from John. Yeah, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I really fell in love with this piece. Beautifully wrapped. And you know what? I figured, I told John, treat me like any other customer. Don't give me any preferential treatment. I just want to, the best way to when you recommend, especially somebody who specializes in micro brands, is to become a customer. So to become a customer yourself. Oh, look at that, NTH. I love the arrow. It gives a slight nod to the military watches, the British Army, the arrow that the British Army watches used to have. Oh, so look at this. We've got a little pouch here, a beautiful leather case. Look at that. How do you open this? I think does it slide? Oh, it slides! Ah, fantastic. Right, drum roll, please. Extra long one. Super excited. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, there it is. That blue. Oh, and we got the rubber strap as well. Oh, fantastic. And what's that? Extra links. Beautiful. I love this case. Very cool indeed. So let's have a look. Ah, there it is. There it is. Look at that blue. I must admit, I was going already just from that movement. I must admit, I have been crushing rather hard on the Tudor Submariners and the Omega Seamaster, the new coaxial. And then when I borrowed this on the rubber strap, it kind of just gave me it gave me that satisfaction. So this is the Naken Blue. We do have, apparently there's loom in the crown, which is very, very cool. So a lot of people mistakenly thought that this is some kind of homage. I guess the snowflake hands give that impression. But it's so much more than that because, sorry, I'm just moving the hands so we can see that. Beautiful screw down crown. Really nice action to it. Just going to give it a wind. So the case is entirely original. In fact, when this was released, I believe it was the thinnest 300-meter diver on the market. I'm not sure if it still holds that title, but it's a worthy accomplishment. The case is very different to the Tudors. It's completely original. I was very impressed by the polishing and the quality of it. Also, it's made out of substantially superior materials. We have better loom. The loom on this thing is absolutely nuts. I'll have to, I'll include it when I do the full review. Also, it's very small. Wow, it wears like a 38. It is a 40. Oh, that is very satisfying. Beautifully made, really excellent quality, and I think for $600 or thereabouts, I think it's a bargain. And unfortunately, this is the last one. There's no more left in blue. I think they've sold out. There are, I believe, other colors. And then, of course, there's the other NTH watches that we discussed in that video. But I love the fact that it's very limited availability. NTH are not interested in just, flooding the market. This is something quite special. And I can see why the hands, confuse people. People mistakenly think it's a homage. It is not at all. It's very much an original watch. So it's obviously inspired by military divers of the 70s. My God, that blue is stunning. Look at that. I think it's a brushed insert. But again, I will clarify all these specification details when I get to the full review. And the name Nakin, apparently it's a type of submarine. I believe it's the A14 type, also known as the Nakin. And it was used primarily by the Swedish Navy, and I think the Danish Navy as well. No long in service. I think it ran from the late 60s, and the last one was decommissioned, I think, in 2000 or the late 90s. Again, I'll cover all of these points in the review. First impressions, well, I'm completely blown away. I love the fact it's got drilled lug holes. I do like the brushed bracelet. I'm gonna pop it on a NATO. It's just a very unabashed diving watch. It's beautifully slender. I can't wait. I'll just slide it on because it's, I got skinny wrist, but my God, it's a beautiful size for me. It really does feel like a 38. This is not really a first impressions because, like I said, I borrowed one of these for almost a month, I think it was, from John, and it was on the rubber strap that's also included, which is really nicely done. So I know it well. But look at that color, the way the blue plays with the light. It's a very particular kind of slightly neon, and then it changes to a beautiful rich dark azzurro. The dial is very matte, and some of the Nakin divers had this kind of almost meteorite style dial with this incredible texture. I love those big lume markers, very, very unmistakable, and I just can't wait to actually, you know what, I'm gonna go and get my little UV torch and lume it up. Hold on one second, I'll be right back. So I'm gonna just blast this with some, actually the crown too, blast this with some UV. Let's just do the crown for a split second. Now look at that. Now that really is pure class. I've never seen a loomed up crown before. That really is absolute pure class. My God. Fantastic, very cool. So the movement is the Miyota 9015. A few people were like, oh, I don't know if it's worth paying that much, 600 or 650 for Miyota. Actually, I think it's great. It's far superior to the ETA 2824. Sorry, I should turn the lights back on. Hold on. There we go. It's more accurate, it's more reliable, it's less expensive to buy, less costly to maintain. It's newer, it's a better design, it has a longer power reserve, so yeah, why not? I think it's, and obviously it's thinner, so the watch is thinner. Perfect, because that is a major complaint about a lot of divers, but this really does wear wonderfully. Anyway, I'm definitely going to enjoy this. Quick shout out to John. Thank you so much for the professional service. Now I am a paying customer. I can quite literally recommend him. Well, I could recommend him before. I know from many friends of mine that have bought watches off him that is extremely professional. Fortunately, this one's sold out, but there's still some absolute corkers, some cracking watches from them. Anyway, let's take it back to the studio. I'm going to bid you farewell. I've got a long night of editing ahead of me. I'm working, pulling a late night shift here. So I'm trying to get the next episode of my Switzerland trip, my behind the scenes, finished. Unfortunately, the editing involved is pretty intensive. So yeah, I'm going to be working into the wee small hours, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to upload the next episode next week or the week after, if I get it finished in time. So let me know your thoughts, queries, comments, opinions, all the rest of it down below. Thank you very, very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and found it useful. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Okay, ciao.